Just hours before the all-important vote by Zimbabweans, it's anyone's guess who will emerge victorious. While previous elections would have been easily predictable, the dynamics have completely changed. For the first time, the long-time leader Robert Mugabe will not be on the ballot, and the founding president of MDC Morgan Tsvangarai, who passed away earlier this year, will not be on the ballot box either. Analysts believe the rural vote will again decide the outcome, as they remain the biggest voting bloc.
It's a chance for Zimbabweans to rewrite the country's history. As they head to the polls, ZANU-PF and the MDC alliance are leading parties. But dynamics have changed. Apart from not contesting, former President Mugabe is also shunning the party he founded, ZANU-PF.
No one can really predict with certainty what will happen. Not only are we going to have young voters, but we are looking at, as usual, the voting patterns in Zimbabwe have always been the rural people decide who goes to vote, or who becomes the president. And right now we have about 3.8 registered rural voters compared to about 1 million point something urban voters. So if it has always been known that the opposition is more popular in in urban areas compared to rural areas. So the removal of Mugabe, did it by any way, shift the vote from the people in the rural areas? Have they changed their voting patterns? So those are the things that we'll be looking at to say, are the people in rural areas going to still decide who wins, or it is the young people who are going to decide?
While campaigning has been relatively peaceful, observers have raised concerns about media coverage ahead of the poll.
The feeling is that the media monitoring system has not been vocal enough in giving a balanced overview of everything that is going on, particularly the Herald newspaper, the radios, and of course television has mostly covered just one party.
For those who laid down their lives for this country, it's hoped the situation will improve.
We are trying to look for a leader or leadership that will address or that will come to the rescue of the generality of Zimbabweans through economic development. And that's from us as veterans. This is what we are looking at.
Politicians have had their say. Now it's up to the people of Zimbabwe to respond. And that response will define their future for the next 5 years as they embark on a journey to rebuild their country. Mzwandile Mbeje, SABC News, Bulawayo, Zimbabwe.